Man, we moving timeshares like Silverleaf and shit. Man, we full of that AI over here, man.
Guys, thank you so much for joining me here at 6 o'clock. I'm Anthony Antoine. Let's jump right into our top stories. Well, tonight, a church leader and his executive director are federally charged in connection with a nationwide forced labor operation. There were FBI raids all across the country, including here in Houston. Fox 26's Jillian Hartman is live for us tonight in North Houston, where agents raided that church campus along the North Freeway here. Jillian.
Yeah, this was a major raid. We're talking about FBI agents, deputies, and SWAT teams that swarmed this building here this morning in Houston. And hours later, there is still a police presence. Now, some neighbors tell me that they suspected something was strange and suspicious going on inside after seeing many red flags. In a nationwide takedown, the Department of Justice says David Taylor and Michelle Brennan have been indicted, accused of abusing victims and laundering millions of dollars. Taylor was the leader of the Kingdom of God Global Church, while Brennan was the executive director. The church was formerly known as Joshua Media Ministries International, or JMMI. Wednesday morning, FBI agents raided the JMMI Global Campus for harvest along the North Freeway. Property records show it's owned by the church since 2023. The building used to be a hotel. A man who works next door said he saw some unusual behavior.
I was actually here whenever they started moving into the building. It was just like U-Haul trucks going in, and I never saw anyone get out. I never saw people leave. They would just, trucks show up and they'd leave. So it kind of makes sense, I guess, why they would choose a building like that if they're going to hold a bunch of people in. According to the DOJ, Taylor operated call centers in Michigan, Florida, Texas, and Missouri, where victims would work as Taylor's personal servants. Victims who disobeyed orders or failed to reach monetary goals, both defendants would allegedly punish victims with public humiliation, food or shelter restrictions, psychological abuse, sleep deprivation, or even physical assaults. Definitely odd. We've seen people like cutting the grass with like a push mower. I know that like the punishment was like a thing that they were doing or indicted for, or accused of, or something like that. And I think that might have been it too, because like there'd be like one guy with just a push mower just mowing this large field. One guy, and it was never the same person either. It was always like different people. The 23-page indictment shows disturbing text messages from Taylor, including this one from March 2022. He allegedly sent this text to a group chat saying point blank, "If you don't work, you can't eat." Taylor also allegedly had his victims transport women from ministry houses and airports to his location and ensure the women took Plan B emergency contraceptives. Now, authorities say both defendants used donation money to buy luxury properties, cars, boats, jet skis, or other lavish items. Now, both defendants could face up to 20 years in prison for conspiracy to commit forced labor.
Tampa are facing federal charges tonight. They're at the center of what investigators are calling a multi-million-dollar conspiracy involving money laundering, forced labor, and abuse. This follows multiple FBI raids this morning, including at a home in the affluent Avalon neighborhood in Hillsborough County. This was part of a nationwide takedown. Fox 13 is covering this investigation from multiple angles. Our Kylie Jones is at the federal courthouse in Tampa, diving deeper into the church and its leaders. But we begin with Aaron Mesmer live in Avila with more on the raid and reaction from neighbors. Aaron.
Yeah, Haley, and these neighbors were absolutely stunned by what went on this morning. Neighbors in this community, they woke up to helicopters and FBI agents raiding a home in Avila. And once they found out why those federal agents were there, it was even more surprising.
Some of you say, I don't have 100,000, but you have 20,000. You have 50,000 here, or you have 10,000.
That's video of David Taylor asking viewers to send money to his church. Federal authorities now say Taylor used donations to fund an extravagant lifestyle that included this massive mansion in Tampa's affluent Avila community. FBI agents raided the home Wednesday morning.
It's very surprising to hear that type of thing was going on again right in your backyard.
It's unclear what authorities took from the home. This view from Skyfox shows several cars lined up with gift bows on top. Neighbors say the 10-bedroom, 10.5 bathroom, 28,000 square foot mansion is one of the largest in Avila.
Because they was like, how could a pastor afford to live in a house like that?
According to the 23-page federal indictment, this house is one of several properties throughout the country purchased by Taylor's Kingdom of God Global Church. He's the pastor and referred to himself as an apostle, according to court documents. The indictment alleges Taylor recruited people to work at call centers, referring to them as armor bearers. Investigators say they were his, quote, personal servants who fulfilled Taylor's demands around the clock and were never paid. Taylor and Executive Director Michelle Brannon are accused of controlling nearly every aspect of the workers' lives, cutting them off from family and forcing them to take contraceptives. Human trafficking advocates say it's a devastating situation.
And you really had every aspect of human trafficking. You had individuals who were, brought to a facility that they couldn't leave. They weren't being paid. They had production goals that they had to meet.
And authorities say if the workers failed to reach Taylor's monetary goals, they faced punishment, including public humiliation, food and shelter restrictions, sleep deprivations, and physical and psychological abuse. The Crisis Center of Tampa Bay's CEO says these victims will likely face a long recovery. She says there's another lesson every community can learn from this.
This can happen in one of our most affluent zip codes in Hillsborough County. It can happen in your backyard. It can happen in my backyard.
As for the folks who lived with alleged human trafficking, fraud, and money laundering happening in their backyards.
I hope it's not true, but if it is, he deserves everything he's going to get.
And there was also what appeared to be a federal command center set up just north of here at St. Joseph's Hospital in Lutz. Experts say if there were any human trafficking victims at this property, they likely would have been taken to a nearby hospital for care. Haley?
Let's hope they can get all the help they need. It sounds like they have been through quite a lot. Aaron, thank you.